Now, people ask me all the time when they come up here, says, why am I smiling? Why am I having such a great time and have this kind of relaxed and joyful face? And I always tell people, I said, well, first of all, I'm back in my home country. So that makes me really happy. To be back here in Vienna and to eat all the good schnitzel and to drink the schnapps, the Interkaiserschmarrn and all of those things, it's fantastic. But also I'm so happy because I have all my friends here. I have my friends here from Thal, from my home village. I have my relatives here, Monica and Marcus. I have my friends from Germany, like Albert Bussecken from Hungary, Adam. And I have my girlfriend here with me, Heather Milligan, who's traveling with me all over the world and supporting me. So this is why I'm happy. So thank you, Heather, for being here today with me, okay? So that's why I'm happy, and I'm also happy because when I look back at the last 20 years and see how far we have come in California with our environmental progress, how could I not smile? As a matter of fact, just the other week, just literally just 3 weeks ago, I plugged in a huge solar roof in California. This solar roof was 180,000 square feet. It was on top of a warehouse, on top of the roof at the port in Los Angeles where all the ships come in, this big harbor. Think about that. 180,000 square feet. So our program continues in California. And it was possible because of our Million Solar Roof Initiative. So of course I'm happy. While I was there, I visited the startups inside that warehouse and saw the future. Now as Terminator, of course, I saw the future already a long time ago in the movies, but this is reality now. I saw the future, I saw the robots, the clean cement, sustainable seafood, and companies that are making power from algae and waves. And much more. As a matter of fact, some of those companies are here today. Let's give them all a big, big hand for coming all the way over here. So I can't stop myself from smiling when I see all of this wild progress towards a green energy future. And I have to laugh because when I think back 20 years ago, yes, it is 20 years now that I ran for governor of the great state of California. But when I ran for governor, the environmentalists didn't trust me. They were very suspicious. They said, this guy, is not to be trusted. He's talking here about that he's going to be a green governor. Nonsense. He's a conservative, he's a Republican. He's blowing up everything on the movie set. He's smoking cigars. I think this is just another empty campaign promise. Now, I was not offended by that at all. First of all, I always believe if people don't expect anything, you have a much greater chance to accomplish a lot. But I also understood it because I was a newcomer, I was an outsider. I knew that my administration would have to work their ass off to prove the naysayers wrong. That's exactly what we did over the next 7 years. We passed all kinds of great environmental laws. It wasn't easy, it was tough to do, but we did. The Million Solar Roof Initiative, our historic plan to reduce pollution by 25%, stronger tailpipe emission standards, a renewable portfolio standard to replace coal and gas with wind and solar. And the list goes on and on. And as we accomplished all of those things, all of a sudden, the environmentalists came around to my office. And they started having meetings with me. They started hugging me. And they started using my lines from the movies. They said, thank you, Governor, for saying hasta la vista, baby, to pollution. Thank you for terminating greenhouse gases, stealing my lines. Imagine. And on top of that, they invited me to speak at all the clean energy summits all over the world to show off about California, all the stuff that we have accomplished. So this is what's going on. There's of course an important lesson here. I want you to remember to keep the doors to our environmental movement open. To newcomers, to outsiders, and to the newly converted. Keep those doors open. Because outsiders always bring a fresh set of eyes to our mission. When I got involved first with this whole thing, I saw right away, as a businessman and as a man that was savvy in marketing and in communicating, that there was something off about our environmental movement in California. Because they always were talking about climate change, but no one really knew what the hell is climate change. So they went right over people's heads. They should have also talked about pollution. They should have talked about how pollution kills 7 million people a year, choking on air poisoned by fossil fuel. That's what you need to tell the people, not about climate change. You need to talk about what causes climate change, which is pollution. Pollution is the evil. And I still feel like a newcomer today. I still see everything with fresh eyes. The day when I look at our environmental movement with those fresh eyes, I see a dire need. A dire need. We need a new environmentalism based on building and growing and common sense. Old environmentalism was afraid of growth. It hated building. Many of you know this style, of course, protesting every new development, chaining yourself to construction equipment and using lawsuits after lawsuits and permitting to slow everything down. But that's not how we accomplish anything. Now, I have to be honest, I don't really blame those old environmentalists, because back then, growth meant more fossil fuels, more pollution, and more death. But times have changed. Everyone has to wake up. Times have changed, and we have to change with them. Trust me, you don't want to be the old out-of-touch boomer, asking someone for a beeper number, or looking for a VCR to watch movies. No, times have moved on. There's new technology. It's time for the environmental movement to wake up and to see the new reality and to be able to change and to adapt. The other day I was listening to some financial expert talking about the challenges of financing. This guy managed billions and billions of dollars of funds. And he said the number one and most important thing is to always change and adapt.